Well, guess what? When you're meeting with your clients, you're the professional.
That's right. I'm the only one with the license there. You need to listen to me.
Absolutely.
Right.
I don't care if it's your first day.
Right.
You have more experience in this business than the person you're sitting across from.
100%.
All right, objections. We're moving on.
Yes.
This is, I'll say this every week. You guys be like, well, you say it every week. I know. Overcoming objections is not my favorite thing. Right. I like to avoid objections.
I'm with you.
But there's a lot of new agents.
Right.
And they're not going to avoid every single objection
Correct.
early on. So in the event that these things come up, what would you say to them? And then also, how do you avoid this? So it'll be a two-part deal, right?
Right.
So someone says, it's just another monthly expense. I can't afford it.
So, John, when we talked about it at the beginning, you told me that you have no life insurance for your family and you have a 3-year-old and your wife does some work. So walk me through the process of you not getting home tomorrow. How is your wife going to pay the mortgage? Are you going back? She's going back to her mother's house with the kid? What's happening? Talk to me. I just get real with them.
But you've already done the digging in the beginning.
I did the digging at the beginning. And I think that's what most agents do. They don't build up. They don't ask questions. So if you don't do a good discovery and you don't know the why of that client, you absolutely have no right to ask for anything later because they're going to give you a reason why. And for me, it's like I want the client to hear themselves saying, I don't have anything. I don't have a plan B. I don't have money in savings. I don't have a 401k. I need to have this now. And I tell them, why you think an IUL is the solution for your situation? They selling themselves to me.
Yep.
And then now when they won't give me an excuse.
Right.
Like I hardly get that stuff because I build up to that point.
Yeah, it's almost not even overcoming. It's just bringing them back to the reason. But to your point, you have to uncover that reason in the first place.
Correct.
The reason why somebody fills out a lead, I don't care what type of lead. It's back in the day, it was all direct mail. Then there's internet. Then there's calling. You do a lot of social media leads.
Social media.
It's an emotional decision to put their information in those boxes online. It's emotional. It's not logical. It's something happened, whether your ad triggered an emotion. I mean, how often do you meet with clients where someone in their family recently died?
All the time.
All the time, right?
All the time.
I love this one with guys because we're stupid like this. Like, and maybe it's not stupid, but I went to the doctor and my blood pressure was a little high, so I better get life insurance right away. Like, dude, just relax. It's not like the 1910s where, blood pressure was a destiny. But it's something, something changed. I'm like, my doctor said I need to watch what I eat, so I better get life insurance. There's some emotional trigger that makes this happen. So when you're meeting with I don't care if you're meeting on Zoom, in person, telesales, whatever you're doing, one of the first things you got to do is bring them back to that point, 100%. That emotion.
Yes. If you don't do that, no one's going to buy logically.
Right.
They need to be emotionally attached to that IUL. And I do that well at the beginning, and I train my team daily to do this. If you don't go and talk to your client at the beginning, John, it was 3:00 in the morning when this came into our office, because sometimes you can see the time.
Yeah.
What happened?
Right.
What were you thinking at that time?
Something had you up.
You know what I mean? Like, well, you were up putting this information to us. What got you thinking about an IUL? And when they said, well, I like the tax-free retirement or whatever. So tell me more about that, John. What does that mean for you?
Yeah.
And then I want them to dig in and tell me. And like, what are you most afraid of? Well, and then they tell you the real. Then they go down deeper because usually they just talking surface level with most agents. Until you find somebody that's going to ask the right questions, and then they go into the emotional and they sell themselves into the IUL, and they whatever excuse they're going to have later, they're going to give it to you there, and then you solve that, and then later it's not going to be there. You're just going to give you a bank account, and you're just going to do that policy.
Absolutely,
they get it.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is everybody's favorite one. I want to think about it. And they do it all different, however they say it. I'll get back to you. You leave me your number. I don't do anything the first night. I have to ponder, whatever the hell they say. the think about it.
Again, you didn't do the job, because if they say that, it's that they missing information.
Yep.
And I say, okay, I understand, John. Totally understand. I had to think about when I did mine. But what is it that you need to think about? Let's discuss it. Yeah. And then they go and they tell you, well, I didn't understand everything or whatever. But then I realized, because I record myself so I could listen. I said, well, I asked too fast. Yeah. I didn't build up to be able to solve that over here. So that's the only reason why they need to think about it, because you didn't build the need for them to say, no, I have to do this right now. Like, I'm late already. Like, sometimes I tell my client, like, the best time to plant a tree was like 20 years ago. And the next best time is right now. Correct. John, an IUL was supposed to be done 20 years ago. So we got to do this like yesterday. So let's go. Like, I just get them excited about, you need to do this. Like, hopefully you qualify. I keep saying that. I hope you qualify for this, because a lot of people don't. So let me ask you more questions. So they're like, how do I qualify? They're like excited to get qualified for it. Right.
I love that you said it's on you, right? Because if you get to that point, and it's okay that you can work your way back, but it is your fault. If you're getting objections, they're your fault.
100%.
I remember Dave Anderson came out with this book years ago. It was called How to Deal with Difficult Clients. And I remember I saw it on Amazon. I'm like, oh, I need that book, because like I was early on when I first started selling life insurance, and I thought I'm going to get this book that it's going to have the answer to every objection, And I'll tell you what, Dave Anderson head faked me, because I started reading it and it was all me. Like, clients are going to be difficult regardless.
Yes.
Like, there's things you can do to break through. There's things you're doing to make, and it really all came down to the stuff we talk about here so much is the client ain't difficult. I made them difficult because of something in my sales process.
Correct. And if you sound like everybody else, they already know what to say.
Correct.
Like, clients don't go to a meeting before they meet with you and they say, well, when he said this, I'm going to say that. They don't do that.
Right.
They just hear the same thing from everyone. And if you sound like everyone, they're going to treat you like everyone else.
Yep.
So when you show up, it stops. Like, because sales is making a change, right? Like, whatever situation they're in right now, we need to change that. And they need to see it for themselves.
Right.
I already know that I could help them with an IUL. I know that, but they don't know that.
Correct.
And that could be me that could help them with the company that I'm going to represent at that point, right?
Like, I'm sure you've walked away, right? Like, when not to proceed.
Yes, many times.
Yeah.
I sit with a client and they like, well, I don't know if I could give you my birthday. I'm like, I already have it. Like, they already not trusting me at the beginning.
Yeah.
And unless I could have a conversation and I could start, asking questions and getting answers, I already know. I'm like, Carlos, this is not for you right now.
Right.
I'm not going to be able to help you. Like, I just walk away because I'm going to waste an hour.
Correct.
And then what? No, I'm sorry.
Yeah. But that's not the majority, right? No. They're everyone you're meeting with, if they filled out a form, a lead, something, they're interested. Yes. They're not going to sit there and talk to you, because the ones that you walk, they let you know very early on.
Yes.
Because of stuff like that. Oh, my birthday. I'll give you my name. Like, dude, you filled this out, not me. Like,
I know. I'm like, you send us in.
Yeah.
This paper.
But not interested is like I was at Home Depot a few weeks ago, right? We're doing some renovations at the house, and the solar guys are there. And I just got there, Digna. I was working all day, did a couple podcasts. I'm there at night. I'm like, I got to pick up a few pieces of trim, finish my daughter's room. Actually, it was my son's room. And I just get in the aisle, I'm putting stuff on my cart, and this guy comes out. He's like, hey, can I ask you some? I said, bro, no offense. I am not interested in anything you have to say right now. Like, I don't want to be rude, but I'm also not. I didn't ask for anything.
Right. It wasn't your time.
Right. So then he goes, do you have Eversource, which is a power company out here? I said, bro, what about the part where I'm not interested in anything you have to say? No offense. I'm just trying to get some trim and get the F out and go home. And he's like, all right, cool. I respect that. And he walked away. Wow. I'm just saying, we get like cell phones. Like, I got to get my son a new phone this week, contract. So you go in there, try to sell you everything.
Yes.
Do you have a garage? No. I just go, hey, guys, I know you're supposed to do your job, but here's how it's going to work. I'm going to get a phone, a charger, and a case. That's it. If you want that, because I know y'all make commission on everything, I'll do it. If you try to sell me some other stuff, I'm walking out. Yeah. But I'm up front with them. But I also didn't fill something out.
Right.
Our clients, everyone we're dealing with, we're not that company where it's friends. Like, you've lived that life where
I did. That's different. You got to convince people.
Right.
Right.
This, you're bringing them back to whatever that emotional trigger was when they filled out that lead, whether it was a form, a lead capture, a paper, a call-in, but there was some emotional trigger that made them go, I need to look into life insurance.
And that's such an important question at the beginning.
Yeah.
What got your attention? Why you filled this out?
Right.
Did somebody recently pass away? Did you realize you don't have anything saved for retirement?
Yep.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important.
Absolutely.